This is my honest review of the Lomi Composter after using it for over a year. So to open it, you just pop this lid off, and as you can see, this gets pretty dirty. We haven't cleaned this in quite some time, but the outside stays really nice and looks really clean and crisp if you're having this on your kitchen countertop or wherever you plan to have this. This looks really nice, even though the top and the lid, once you pop this open, looks grimy. So just open this lid. This looks grimy, but when you first get it, you have to put in your filter and your charcoal and switch those out whenever it tells you to. And you've got this bucket that comes out. That's what it looks like on the inside. And you just line up these red arrows and you're good to go. We put so much stuff in here. So we put any of our scraps in here. We've got eggshells, you name it, it can go in here. I think basically except for avocado pits. Now there's a whole list of things that aren't allowed to go in here, but it goes beyond food scraps. You can also have different settings so that you can put compostable goods in here, so not just food scraps. We mostly use it for food scraps. Occasionally we do end up with some compostable packaging or something like from a sustainable company, and we'll kind of set those aside and kind of work them into different Lomi cycles. But for the most part, we do use this just for food scraps. So you basically have this set up. I think they say 75% capacity, or like to this line, and you're good to run the cycle. So this one, we might put a little bit more in there than this. The center mode, which is basically the fastest mode. So you just hit the button once for that. And then you have the Lomi mode, which is for the different compostable packaging or anything that's not food scraps but is compostable. You run on this mode. And then this is the longest mode, and that's what's gonna give you any like nutrient rich soil. We do tend to run it on the quick mode. We live in an apartment in a city and we don't have a garden. We tend to just do the quick mode. Pop the lid on. It lights up green and it'll tell you when it's mixing, cooling versus drying, and it'll tell you which part of the cycle it's on, which kind of is a good indication of how much longer it's going to take. And then you just hit start and you're good to go. We really, really love having this in the kitchen. It makes us feel way less guilty about those extra food scraps that were going into the garbage. But what makes it really amazing is that we have to take the garbage out way less often. The garbage doesn't stink because there's not this stuff rotting away in there or getting all the juice liquid at the bottom of the garbage can anymore. We take the garbage out way less often, and the garbage is way less gross because all of that stuff that stinks up the garbage is going in here, and it's way better for the environment. I can't remember the exact electrical cost of this, but it's very, very minimal. We use this almost every day and haven't really seen a substantial increase in our electricity bill. One way that you might be able to lower the cost of this investment is sharing it with a friend or family member. It sounds a bit odd, but over the last 2 months, we started composting for my sister as well. She lives about a mile away, and once or twice a week, they drop off all the compost that they've gathered over at their apartment, and we compost it for them. So we start to mix in their stuff with our stuff and get it done in a couple of days. I would definitely recommend this to any friend or family member who wants to start composting on a regular basis, doesn't want it to smell, wants to take the garbage out less often, and start to make a positive impact on the environment. It's good.